This is Thirsty Voice.
Bottoms up, you made it to the Thirsty Boys. I'm your host, Frankie Chenna, and today we're thirsting over two guests that are no stranger to the camera or to thirsty men. It's spicy creators Lobo and Diego. Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Thank you for joining me today.
Hello.
You both look amazing. We have
Thank
a lot
you.
of questions for you. We're going to talk about how we all know each other. But before that, it's the breaking news of the day. And Lobo, you inspired this today.
Did I?
Yes, because I saw your Instagram yesterday.
Yes,
And
okay.
there was a little situation.
Yes.
To give the viewers the catch up, pretty much wearing short shorts at the gym that were a little bit too bulgy.
Correct.
Well, according to them, maybe
Yeah.
not according to you. So what are our thoughts on this? Should there be dress codes for men at the gym? You can give us more context though, if you'd like first.
So, when I work out, I like to wear as little as possible. I say it in my reel. It's part of it is literally because I enjoy the movement. I enjoy the freedom of movement. I like being able to move my body more freely. If I could work out in a jockstrap or a thong, I would. But and also because like when you're looking at yourself in the mirrors, it's really nice to be able to see the muscle working, right? And so like
Fair.
So for me, I really like having that connection. And because of that, I usually wear some really short shorts, like I'm like 3-inch inseam kind of thing.
I've seen the reels.
Yes. And so like, but because of that as well, I'm fairly bulgy in the front, right? Because I just am. And and so yesterday while I was at the gym, I had one of the staff members came up to me and was just like, "Hey, is there any chance you've got anything different that you can put on?" And I immediately knew what it was about because this isn't the first time it's happened.
Got it.
And so I went and it was like at the very end of my workout, as the last set, I was already done, so it was fine. So then I put on my sweatpants and I kind of went up to leave. And it always makes me wonder, like, who is it that's saying something?
Okay.
Right? Because I'm always curious to know who it is that said something.
Is it the boss? Is it a female? Is it a man?
Exactly. And like, so like like no shade to the staff at the gym. I understand if somebody comes up to them and says something, they're then obligated to do something, right? So I get it. So no shade to the staffer who came up to me. But it really does kind of make me wonder, like, okay, well, who said something? Was somebody upset? Was somebody triggered by something?
Well, clearly
And so,
a hater.
like,
Yeah, but
There's
maybe
no appreciator.
maybe a hater. Not an appreciator.
well, and
Agreed.
because I was primarily working at like a more bodybuilding focused gym, right? Because this is like,
Yeah.
because like there's you got your classic chains and everything, and then
Yes.
sometimes you get like these big warehouse gyms that are like bodybuilder gyms that
Yes.
are like, where like all the big boys and like all the professional women will go and lift and everything,
Yeah.
right? And the only other time this has happened was at another bodybuilding gym out in Vancouver. Or it's not in Vancouver, it's in like Coquitlam. It's
Yeah.
far out there. And so I'm just like, okay, well, if a lady has a problem with this, then sure, that's one thing. Because I can understand a woman feeling a little unsafe in the gym, women that'll happen. And so I'd rather them not feel some kind of way about me being in the gym, right? But if a guy's coming up and being like, "Hey, like I don't like what he's wearing," it's like, "What? Why? Why are you upset, my guy?"
Like, is there some like homophobia at play?
And so it kind of becomes kind of that question, right? Of like, should we be policing what people wear in the gym? People have their reasons. Some people like to wear like full sweats. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because I get really hot and sweaty and I could not do it. And some people like to wear very little, and it's really just a comfort thing. Right. And so it becomes that question of, should we be policing what people wear in the gym, regardless of gender, and should we just be letting people do what they want?
Well, let's start there. So let's start with the least you think you could wear at a gym that's acceptable. So we got your 3-inch shorts, and I'm assuming a stringer,
just a tank top.
but like a stringer.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even a stringer.
But in general, no, I'm
Yeah,
asking like, what is your acceptable limit?
For
then?
me, it does depend on the gym, but like for me personally, I like wearing like a stringer shirt and short shorts.
Okay, so stringer shirt, short shorts.
Same idea. I'm pretty lucky. I
used to manage my gym, hence Bolton City gym leader.
True.
So I'm probably allowed a lot more than most people.
Fair.
Just because I'm like a gym personality bro in a small town.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like short shorts. I have like a 28, maybe 30 at best inseam. So it feels unfair that like the same shorts you're wearing look so much more fun, but still almost modest on me. But I'm wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it does
a
go
fair
without
point.
saying the body type, the person, the height, so many features go about potentially making more people feel uncomfortable or making people look sexier, sluttier, or whatever.
Yeah. No,
Right?
and you made a point in your video too. Like I was recently wearing, like for the first time I wore like very, very tight shorts as well. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling
Yes.
myself. But then I'm also like, I was also like, is it too much though? I'm like, you can see more than maybe what one would want to see. But then I saw the hot woman working out, great body, by the way, but like it's skin tight. So I'm like, well, there's her full badunka-bunk, the boobs, and you know, I can see it all. So I'm like, I get the double standard question.
So as a gym like manager, when I was a manager, I've had the same situation, but it was a person saying a two-piece that a woman was wearing was inappropriate, and just lots of other people wearing it who are, let's say, super fit. And I think in that person, it was more of a conversation I had with the member, and I think they understood after because I wasn't being hostile, and I don't think they were intending to be hostile.
Yeah.
But the conversation was more important than me having to do anything with the member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought about it and I'm like, well, it's not much different from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you like me to say something, but like rationally, if it was you, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
like, think about it that way. And they completely did understand. I think, again, me being like somebody in that gym that everyone knows, people feel a little more comfortable to maybe say something that's not quite an issue, but just on their mind.
Yeah.
And then I just choose to get a little bit more into that because I'm like, why am I going up to you to say that? Like, it's
Yeah.
probably not genuinely an issue.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, because I think also body type also plays a factor into it. Because like I also had some conversations with like in the comment section, like some a girlfriend of mine made a comment about how about how usually people who are bigger build, like fat wise, will also be shamed for wearing skimpy or slutty clothing, like sports bras and short shorts and things, simply because of the fact that they are, I guess, of a lower standard, you know, air quotes, lower standard, you know, than what is to be perceived at a gym.
Yeah.
You know, so there's also that. And then somebody else commented being like, yeah, but you're also a hairy dude. So maybe like that's a factor. And I'm like,
Oh my, okay, we're adding a fourth,
but yeah, we're-
element here.
like, we're looking at what's conceptually okay or like, you know.
yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't think that the gym combo would be about, maybe it could be about sexism, homophobia, fat phobia, sizeism, hairy. I don't know what hairyism is called.
Hairyism,
Is there a
yeah.
word for that
There
one?
could just be a perceived, it could be, let's say, a bodybuilder looks really, really good and isn't dressed inappropriately. And like, could be another bro just being like, I hate that dude. Like, whatever. Like, why is he wearing that? You know, I don't wear things like that. Well, maybe you can or can't.
You
Maybe
could.
Yeah.
You could
I
if
hope
want
you
to.
would.
Try it right now.
Well,
Yeah, because it harkens back to like you see videos. You see, if you look at the documentary Pumping Iron, you watch this documentary and literally like Arnold and Franco and all of the greats from the golden era of bodybuilding are wearing shorts the exact same size I'm wearing
Same
and are
stringers.
wearing like stringer crop tops. The only difference is they're fucking sorry.
so you can swear.
They're
Fuck yeah.
they're these beasts of muscle,
Yeah.
right? And like where does the difference lie?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think it's a great question. Let us know in the comments what's too much, what's too little. We'll throw a picture of Lobo here as well. So you guys can chime in on what he was wearing because I am curious.
Now I want to know which picture you're going to use.
I mean, I'll get your approval first. Okay, well we're gonna jump into Thirst Trap, which is basically getting to know you guys a little bit more. Obviously, as creators, there's so many questions, there's so many fun things to talk about. When we have creators on the show, I think people are just genuinely interested in the world of it. It's still something that obviously it's way more mainstream now than it was 5-10 years ago, but still a lot to learn. So we're gonna talk a little bit about both of you. Lobo, starting with you. I did mention that we've known each other for a long time. We met in the British Columbia Boys Choir.
Hell yeah.
When we were, I was 10.
I think I was like 11.
Yeah. And how far we've come.
My God.
How far we've come. I didn't.
I hated you.
It's so cute.
We had some.
We had some tensions.
We had some tensions.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But, you know, people grow, they mature.
We were children.
We were children.
We were
So
fucking children.
on the point of being a child, at what age did you kind of realize like spicy creator, like all of this stuff might be for you? Like, what was your awakening into the world of being a creator?
I think it was when I was in my like mid or late 20s when I kind of had the idea of like, oh, like this could be a potential job, because it connects to the fact that in my like late teens, early 20s, I started realizing more of myself sexually and being like, oh yeah, I am very much a kind of open person sexually. I have a very relaxed viewpoint of sex. I started realizing maybe I could be non-monogamous and things like that. With my girlfriend at the time, she would like, at one point she came home and told me a story about how like she had like these two guys who were like heavily flirting with her at her job. And rather than become upset with her for whatever reason, I was like, tell me more, because that's hot.
I felt that as soon as you were saying it. I'm like, oh, that's so hot.
I was like, yes, please tell me more. Right. And so it was in that process of learning, oh, I'm a very open person sexually, you know, so maybe I could have sex with people for money, you know what I mean? And so maybe I could go down that path. And then after she and I split, I kind of looked into it a little more. I tested it out a little bit. This is when I first started doing like in-person work.
Okay.
And then I put a pin in that for a while, because it just started kind of like dipping and not going much of anywhere. Fast forward, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or something, I'm with my current partner. And then I kind of broached the idea to him again. It was a big discussion. And then slowly I started dipping into the world of online content creation.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, well, maybe this is kind of like a nice way to kind of ease myself into it. I started doing solo content, and then eventually it started expanding into filming with other creators and things. And then I got back into doing like in-person work and everything. And then through that, I quickly came to realize, oh, sex work very much is a job for me that I really feel works for me, because I feel a really big sense of freedom. I feel a sense of ownership of myself, a certain level of creativity. And advocating for people to just live more authentically and be more sexually liberated, because I feel like us as a society it's shifting now, but I think we still need to have these discussions about our sexuality as people. Regardless of what community you're in, whether you're in the straight community or the gay community or whatever. I feel like the conversation around human sexuality still needs to be had. And I feel like my journey into and through sex work has really shifted my perspective and really helped me to learn more about myself and learn more about other people and that sort of thing.
You obviously don't have to share exact numbers, but what is like the breakdown percentage wise from like your in-person versus your online, or like your I'm very fascinated by like the income. I think people always ask about like kind of the income stream, how lucrative is it? So what's the like kind of general breakdown of like where the most of your income is coming from?
The majority definitely comes from the online content.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. And I don't really know why that is. I think it's just maybe just like in where I am. Like in terms of like where I live, it's just kind of whatever. But no, just the majority of my sex work is online content creation. Is through porn.
Okay, cool. Diego, gay awakening. What made you go from gym bro to creator?
Okay, I was like an awkward kid, and I didn't like feel very confident, but I was funny and cute, so I leaned into those things. So I think cosplay helped me a lot, because you get to wear costumes and create a bit of a persona. And like Diego is me, but do you know what I mean? It's like a filtered persona. It's the side of me that's marketable and fun, and like that's what you want to see. It's more sexy, right? So I think cosplay brought out a side of me that I could have fun and have some creative liberties in terms of how I showcase myself. And I realized, like, you know, that Jace Momoa Aquaman scowl works, like that. And then you just found other cool, like maybe the physicality of like a Wolverine, like you're on all like animalistic. And I don't know, when I got that confidence and I started looking more fit to, you know, better showcase costumes. And I wanted to be lazy, right? Like a shirtless costume, that's half the costume is done, right?
Fair.
So the cosplay helped. I I don't know. As I got older and I started realizing I had a little bit of pretty privilege, more so with the boys and the girls, it made my job much easier, you know? So I had an amazing opportunity. I was on Below Deck and I got to meet a lot of different content creators and studio people. And then I would say last maybe 3-4 years I've been pretty heavy in studio work.
Okay.
And to piggyback off what you were saying before, studio work would be the majority of my like income from doing that. But I've gotten really into kind of amalgamating cosplay and a little bit of like role play. And I'm doing a lot more like script writing stuff because I want to really beef up the solo stuff. Because I think for me, the solo stuff wasn't as fun as the studio. It's like thrilling, right? Like it's work and it's tedious. And you don't have as much autonomy. But at least for me, I went to school for like acting. Got it. It was like, ooh, I get to use all of my overqualified skills here.
Got it.
Because you're just like, I like being a good boy where like, you know, show up and do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I want to know, don't worry, I'll bring my creativity.
Yeah.
I just want guidelines because like sometimes it's just like, whoa, and nebulous.
Yeah. So now in your solo work, like we can, if
oh
one
yeah,
was
there's
to
gonna be
subscribe,
there's gonna be some fun stuff.
Okay, nice. So
like,
costumes.
Yeah, but like really, really simple. It doesn't have to be too deep. You know what I mean? Little bit of like minute or two story, get into it. So the nerds have a good premise and then some good action.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we always talk about with creators, like I have a business degree, so unique selling point or like point of differentiation. So if cosplay, like if that's sort of an area that you're going into, like what would you say your like, do you when you're creating or when you're trying to sell yourself, do you feel like you have like is there a log line? Like I'm Lobo and I am blank, or like I focus on this content, or are you still just kind of like go with the flow and whatever makes money makes money?
I'm a little bit of both. I think when I'm actively filming with someone, I'm very go with the flow because the vibe that I want to give when I'm filming is very much of an authentic vibe. It's like, okay, these are two people who are connecting, who are going to be intimate, and it's just going to be that. I could not do scripted stuff. I just part of me is just like, it would pull me out of it so fast.
Okay.
Because I'm just like,
fair.
I'm like, this is too cheesy.
Interesting.
I can't. And it's funny because like I have a friend of mine who actually writes scripts for porn studios, and some of the shit that she has shown me, and I'm like, I'm dying with how funny this is.
But like that's part of it. Like it's so bad. You have a liberty to
Yeah.
camp. It's just
And
you
I
let
love
everything
that.
go.
Yes.
And it's
yes,
great
yes,
because
true.
I also think it's also funny to look at porn and be like, oh yeah, no, porn can be campy. It can be silly.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yes.
have to be super serious. Which you can also get, I think, from something like what I film when it's like just two people, you know, who are really into each other, who just want to have fun and want to fuck.
Yeah.
But in terms of like how I market or anything, it's very much it's definitely leaning into my body, into my body type. It's leaning into you know, my junk. Because these are aspects of my body that I've realized, oh, people are really into. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to just like showcase it.
Is it like a feedback loop then? Like if more and more people are saying, oh, I love the hairy, or oh, I love the big, like, but then do you find yourself like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep the hair. Okay, I'm gonna like add a bit more muscle. Like, is that a feedback loop that you follow, or
it is a little bit, and I have to be careful with not falling too deep into that feedback loop, because if you fall too deep into it, you run the risk of being like, oh, all of my value is relying on these specific traits that I physically have, right?
True.
It's like, okay, if I'm not big enough, then people won't like me. I have to make sure I'm hairy because people really like my hair.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm never going to get rid of it, because the idea of
Just spite them.
no, not to spite them, is
a reveal.
the idea of shaving or waxing and then waiting for it to grow back.
Yeah. Is a nightmare.
Sounds like a nightmare to me. I can't. But yeah, so it's you have to be very conscious and very cautious of not falling too deep into those holes of being like, all of my value is dependent on how or what people are commenting. Right. And I think that's something that like folks in this industry have to be very conscious of, because otherwise they'll be like, oh, nobody's commenting on how I look today. Did I look okay?
Yeah,
Am I too fat? Am I too skinny?
Yeah.
You know, because we always talk about, oh, like people worrying about how they're too fat. We never talk about how like people need to be worried about if they're getting too skinny.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
If you go too far into the extreme on either side, it's bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I do think that like it's interesting to think about when we think about like as like queer people, when we get into, you know, getting out of like unhealthy realistic expectations for body types and stuff, we almost have to relearn that when it comes to part of a brand. So when like a regular friend, you know, who's like just having a regular desk job 9 to 5 is saying, oh, I feel like this, I'm sometimes like inconsiderate, and I'm like, well, who cares? It's not tied to your money. Like,
Fair.
How sexy do you need to look to be a bookkeeper?
Fair.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's great that you do. You might be the hottest bookkeeper ever.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just like, well, it kind of more affects my brand if I'm choosing to do that. You don't have to choose to do that. You can find your happy medium and whatever it is. But if I'm choosing to be like, okay, I like this kind of vibe, you know, this like lean muscle stud.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do I have to keep the lean part?
And then to that point, then what is like, what is, do you have a brand? Do you just go with the flow? Like what's the...
You go with the flow, but I've realized that like, because there's like ups and downs naturally, like seasons, like I live in Toronto. It's rough sometimes. The snow is crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like how my ass looks when I'm thicker. People like that.
Yeah.
So I just kind of cater the content that I'm going to do to where I am and what I'm doing. It's a small fluctuation.
Yeah.
I think it's important to kind of lean into all aspects of you. If that's like a seasonal thing and my flower is blooming, you know, the flower could be the thickness, the flower could be the leanness, but you know, showcase that flower.
Okay. I mean, again, I always learn new things when I'm talking to creators. I want to go back to Below Deck for a second.
Sure.
Joven was on the show and he was so lovely.
Love him so much.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about, was he as nice as he was?
Oh no, he's like so nice. He is like the most authentic, nice person ever. And I think it's just really nice to kind of be able to pick people's brain. He himself is probably one of the main reasons I got to ask the right questions to get an agent and got into studio.
Nice.
So yeah, Sky Knox is the friend of mine who invited me and was the like lead charter guest.
Okay.
He was the primary, and I was just lucky enough to have done modeling with him, and I did some OnlyFans. But it was funny because with the production of these things, they sometimes take a year in advance for the filming to then get air. I wasn't a porn star. It was funny to watch it a year later after I already became a porn star to see me marketed as that. And I was just an OnlyFans guy. I was like, well, I'm marketed to everybody now as a porn star. I might as well fucking be doing porn.
Yeah.
So, which I wanted to, but it was just funny to see how the perspective changes. And I was happy because, you know, it led to where I wanted to go. And I just saw myself and I'm like, oh my God, I look so cool. Like I didn't do any like studio porn yet here. But I'm like with the big guys there.
Yeah, no, because there were some huge creators. Now, oh my God, what was I going to say?
Kate was my favorite.
Who was your favorite?
Kate is my favorite to look at. Like, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Kate Max.
God, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna. Okay, I'm gonna come back to it. Below Deck, Joven. When I remember, I'm logging it in my head. Okay, we want to talk more about, again, you guys just, there's too many things on the cards. Husband and a girlfriend.
Yes.
Let's go there. Husband and a girlfriend, being a bi creator.
Yes.
Whatever you want to tell me about any of that.
All right. Well, so it's quite apropos that I'm wearing my bi gamer shirt. Which my husband sells. He's a streamer on Twitch.
Oh, okay, nice. That's cool.
And yeah, like he and I have been together for over 11 years. And then my girlfriend and I have been together for over 3. I don't know. I mean, like, he's not legally my husband. Like, we haven't gotten married, but we're common law.
Yeah.
We've been, like I said, we've been together for 11 years. It's one of those things of where I might as well just call him that at this point. And yeah, so like he streams video games on Twitch as his job, and she is in school to go into the medical field, and then does content creation on the side.
Okay, nice.
So like that's how she and I kind of met, is through that. And then he and I met literally at the bar. He just like came up to me and talking about body hair. He's like, he comes up to me and he like strokes my forearms. He's like, I really like your hairy arms. And I'm like, oh, hi. And then there's this fucking like this 5'10" stud of a man, piercings in his face and shit. I'm like, oh, hi. And so.
And then the rest is history.
And the rest is history, yeah.
Where are we at with, bisexuality in this space? Like, is it like on the rise? Is there stigma? Is like, what's the update me?
It's definitely on the rise. definitely been more of a conversation around bisexuality in the last, I want to say 5 or 6 years. In the positive, I think. I think more and more people are kind of almost seeing the quote unquote the legitimacy of bisexual, even though we've been in the acronym for fucking ever. And yeah, and it's nice. It's nice to kind of be able to do it and be open and out as a bisexual male. I've had people like because I've been out as bi since I was like my late teens, and through that. And dipping into different varying communities. I started going out to like swingers clubs when I was in the year I was single between my ex-girlfriend and meeting my now husband. And going into the swingers communities, which is primarily hetero presenting, and being an open bi male. I've had people like I had men message me from the club being like, "I'm so glad you're open. You know, I've been struggling with this. I've been like, you know, blah blah blah." And even within the non-monogamous community, the swinger circles and everything, there is a conversation around bisexual males and bisexual men, but it's a very like, oh, like with the right guy, I might suck a dick. And it's just like there's a lot of these terms like bi-curious, bi-situational, these kinds of things. And it's interesting seeing this conversation around bisexuality with men because I feel like bi men who have grown up in a primarily heteronormative life still struggle with so much internalized homophobia and internalized biphobia that they cannot just admit, I like sucking a dick.
But like some of these like societal framework issues, like I'm a big fan of like a Kinsey scale of sexuality in terms of people falling wherever. And I think also on the opposite of that, there's a bit of a stigma for like gay men to express more of their sexuality because
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm essentially gay, but do you know what I mean? Like I would also maybe like to associate as like pansexual, but I just don't feel like when you've lived so long as a gay person, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like the community's like, why are you betraying us? Not in that voice. But you know what I mean? It sometimes just kind of like hurts because in the same way we jokingly would love straight men to be more open with their sexuality, to whatever limits that may be naturally for them. Because the enjoyment comes from actually getting to know yourself and seeing somebody bloom into themselves. So it's like, why wouldn't we want that on all other ends?
No, I agree.
And a more important issue for dating, I don't feel like I would connect. Like I'm somewhere in my tasteful 30s, maybe early, maybe not. But I just feel that it's an important developmental time for women 25 to 35 where I wouldn't want to bother them sexually because I don't have anything else to promise you. Not to say that they couldn't be more casual vibes, but it just I don't find that that's for me at this time.
Interesting. Okay. Very interesting perspective. Were you going to add something?
Yeah, just that like talking about like gay men being able to openly explore themselves, like there are still conversations around gay men having sex with trans men and then people being like, well, you're not gay. And it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm not gay? I just had sex with a guy. It's like, yeah, but it's a trans man. It's like, your point being. And so then it brings in this whole conversation of like, okay, so then they don't view trans men as men, which is problematic. And then even further into that, it's then reducing people to strictly their genitals, which is also hugely dehumanizing. And then you're attaching it to vaginas, which traditionally, again, big air quotes, traditionally are attached to women. So then do you then hate women? So then it all comes down to like internalized misogyny or inherent misogyny, which then leads into the patriarchy, and it all comes down to the patriarchy, and the patriarchy ruins everything.
When it comes down to sex, I just feel like so many people just put so many steps into just your attraction and what you like. Like if I am, you know, I guess a straight man and I see female presentation, I might learn that might not be the traditional female I like, but if the vibe is there and I'm connecting with the person, I don't see the issue. Same thing with me as like, when I say pan, do you know what I mean? I realize that kind of, I have to intellectualize and kind of like find a little bit of magic and intimacy rather, with people I'm shooting with. When we talked about studio work can be tedious for lots of awful reasons, but I know I'm a sacrificer. I know I can get on a set and have absolutely no chemistry. And the person I'm with could have the worst attitude. Do you know what I mean? But I know I will sacrifice because I want to get the check. And I know there's other people at play. There's a camera person. There's all these other people. So let me sacrifice on the off chance this person doesn't know how to. Now, I try to make decisions that have me not having to do that, but I'm always willing to when it needs to happen.
Yeah. I think if I can, this was a very, very in-depth, deep conversation. If I can sum it up, it's explore, have fun, experiment, be safe, consent, and just, less labels and strictness. And
We're
100%.
Humans are, I firmly believe humans are inherently queer. Where it starts to separate is when we get into the cultural aspect. It's that question of nature versus nurture. I think naturally we are all some level of queer. Everyone.
100%.
It's how it is nurtured. So for some people, it's more nurtured into the homosexual. For some people, it's more into the bisexual. For some people, it's more to the pansexual. You know, so like that's where the labels can help you figure out what your shit is. But you shouldn't necessarily limit yourself to that, right?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Okay, we always like to talk about how much sex creators are having. So you both have partners. You both have your careers. So the $1 million question for me is always, is there then still time for sex outside of, well, you for 2 partners, you for your 1 partner, both of your, studio, solo, online. Is there then a third category of sex for fun?
Well, yeah, I want the fullest autonomy. I don't want to have to look at a camera. I want to be cross-eyed. I don't want to be messy sometimes. So yes. Also, in my open relationship, I like to do things with my partner. My partner is not doing all the same things I am. So it's nice to kind of like have that nuance, because if maybe sometimes you could potentially be neglecting your partner, right? When, you're doing stuff, you're traveling a lot more. So I think it's very important to do that. And it helps me kind of have a healthier framework for the sex I continue to have for work.
Okay.
'Cause, like, I'm checking in. If my things are great with my partner, I'm excited to go have adventures without him on camera, sometimes without 2.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm a big
So
fan.
would you say you test things out on your partner sometimes before?
Oh my God.
Did I hear that right or no?
I mean, like, sometimes he's testing things out for me, qualified leads.
Yeah,
Like, if I'm leaving it at home, you better be working too,
Okay.
Find me some creators in this region.
Same question.
If I'm not fucking off camera, I will lose my mind.
Okay, so
Genuinely, like the vibe is so different when you're having sex for work and on camera, than when you're having sex with someone off camera.
Yeah.
And if you are not able to maintain that balance as somebody in this industry, it can ruin you. I know I know that there are some people in this industry who, if there is no sense of something financial in it, then it's hard for them to get intimate with people.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to be able to maintain that. But if I'm traveling, for example, so much of my mindset is on work, that I will generally have more on-camera sex than I will off-camera sex.
Definitely.
Sometimes I might not have any off-camera sex, but that's just the situation, right? Like, just also sometimes you're just so sexed out after however many days of however many shoots per day. You're like, I do not want to see another genital for another 24 hours.
It also depends on like the nature of what the travel is for. I know when I'm traveling for studio work, absolutely not. Like, I don't care. Like, even when I'm done and like I can do whatever I want with the rest of my time, I'm like,
Yeah.
But if I'm traveling to just, have fun vacation with Bae,
Got it.
Good opportunities, let's go.
Okay. Timing and context matters. Okay. One interesting thing I've been dying to talk to creators about is basically like AI deep fakes in your industry. So are you concerned? Are you planning to AI deep fake yourself? Like what, like this is truly, I think about this, like I'm not a big like porn person, but I think about this a lot because I'm like thinking about you guys and I'm like, what's going to happen? So is it something you thought about? Do you have a plan? Whoever wants to go first.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm going to go on record by saying fuck AI. I have when it comes to the arts.
Yeah.
AI in the context of as a business tool or in the medical field.
Yes.
Totally different story.
Yes.
But AI in the context of the arts and in the context of personal connection can go fuck itself because we're already in a society that has enough issue connecting in person, face to face. It's only going to make it worse.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to our jobs, yes, it's absolutely a threat because we have people who are building full relationships with AI.
Yes.
I think it's TLC has a show where there's a girl who literally has a relationship with her AI chatbot. And like,
I've watched the clips.
And it's wild.
Yeah,
and so now to then attach that to then on an intimate level as well. And then the whole deepfake thing is hugely problematic, right? Because it strips people of their consent. It strips people of their autonomy. It's a huge issue. And so like there is something to be said about the fact that the sex industry has pioneered a lot of advancements in technology, the internet, streaming, sex toys. Like the sex industry has had a foot in quite a bit of the furthering, I think that's the word.
Yeah, furthering.
Sure.
Development
of different pieces of technology.
Yes.
Right. But in the context of AI, I firmly believe it is a detriment to our industry. And I mean, like, it's a different thing if it's like a sex doll, because a sex doll can't romanticize you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a physical toy.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to an AI girlfriend or an AI boyfriend or whatever being like, you know, succumbing to your every whim and every will without any pushback or without any conversation or discussion regarding consent or boundaries and everything. You know what I mean? Like, how far can that go?
No, it's scary. Yeah. Have you thought about it? Do you have a plan?
So I've definitely thought about it. I agree with everything you say. I'm just giving like a different take. I don't know. I see it like a wave or, you know, like a plague or whatever. It is what it is. And I've firmly just in life just gotten a view of just kind of adapting to whatever happens.
Okay.
Right. If it's going to be there, like it is very, very frustrating. And I do realize there's like a bunch of loss and stuff, especially short term in terms of how it's developing. But not that I'm like dying to use it and I use it applicated like that. But I try to think, well, if this is going to be the case, how do I keep an eye on this and see how the industry moves, adapts, and changes? It's not what I necessarily want, but do you know what I mean? If it's going to be there, all I have to do is think about how to move forward. There's nothing I'm particularly doing with it. My uses for it, I like administrative writing. I like when I write scripts, formatting things.
Yeah,
it just makes those things super easy. So 100% I agree. I'm just trying to see where it's going, because at the end of the day, I could, you know, fight it or try to work with it tastefully while still working within, you know, the overall collective mood of what most creators are doing to benefit our industry.
But what if I just want to watch you guys both and I just deep fake you, and then I just, rather than subscribing to your pages, I just tell like the deep fake to do whatever I want.
Here's the important thing: intimacy and connection. These are things people can like this all they want. There's going to get to a point where real people, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that.
So you feel we're going to have like a resurgence of real
there
human.
There has to be. Whether, you know, like a meteor comes as an EMP grenade and technology goes out, we're in the Stone Ages. You're going to be wanting Diego then, aren't you? Huh? Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have a phone now, do you? Yeah. And I'm down the street.
That's when you're going to be coming to us and being like, hey, so what's your rate again?
Yeah. Yeah, it went up now. It went up now for you.
It went up now.
Went up now for you.
Your deepfake isn't doing it for me. Okay, well, I got to always be mindful of the time. We ought to do a little bit of Drag Race recap. The gay agenda, the Drag Race season 18. It's the show. It's the moment. It's the reason I have most of my views. So we got to talk about it. Okay, we got the final 6. Okay, we don't need to do a deep dive of the episode last week. We had our Alyssa Edwards roast. Kenya Pleaser went home. Darlene took her first win. I really just want to know from you, like, who are you? Who is your winner pick? But I'll give you the names: Jane Don't, Mikey Meeks, Juicy Love Dion, Discord, Darlene, and Nini Coco.
Okay, I think Jane Don't probably deserves to win the most. I think overall, as so many different hats.
So many hats.
And do you know what I mean? Even if all aspects of like drag and like style and presentation aren't my favorite thing, and they're all great. They're all great. Yeah. I think she has it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if I'm just choosing like favorite picks, you know, like long shot, not long shot, but like, you know, less likely.
Sure.
I love Juicy.
Yeah.
Lip Sync Assassin.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. That I Ate Robot for the talent show was so crazy. Reminds me of Georges a little bit in terms of vibe.
Absolutely.
but it's just I will be so happy to see Juicy evolve, even if Juicy doesn't win in future like installments. Like so much room for growth.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing her. Yeah.
And my last pick that I like, Darlene's so fun.
So fun.
Like I'm a small town boy, but yeah, I just like that vibe. It's just so cute.
Yeah, no, she is. She makes me smile every time.
The roast specifically, I think some of the things in the roast were so bad. But in acting, you have to learn, or any performance, you have to learn to take the hit. Like when you're doing something that doesn't go well, do you know what I mean? Like let's say you do a sexy, like, you know, let's say you're sucking dick, you're like, and you look up and like it's not having the resonance you thought, you know, whatever, go back down and get at it again. Yeah. You know?
The recovery.
Don't give up attitude. The resilience. Yeah.
Okay. So my question then becomes is I keep kind of hearing this thing about Jane Don't. People will say like, oh, I think she deserves to win. But then they always say, but, and then they say another person's name that they kind of resonate with more. My fear is, will they give the crown to Jane Don't if I'm hearing but Juicy Love Dion, Darlene, Discord, like every other girl seems to have more of a emotional pull.
Well, we're talking about politics here. Like if we're asking who is the best, it's Jane Don't.
Okay.
And overall, doesn't have a bad attitude, is friendly, is kind to other like people on set and stuff like that. The right amount of like, it's her.
Okay.
So I get it. I say those things, but like some of my bias are like, I think this person's really, really cute. Why is that a reason for drag?
No,
like,
fair.
This
fair
person's
point,
giving
fair
trade.
Point.
Like that's a selfish thing. I would say those things, but as a judge, that's not what I'm marking on.
Okay, fair. So then you're gonna, if you had to crown, if it was up to you,
yes,
Jane Don't.
100%. As an actor, I see all of these things there. Amazing, and I love that.
Okay, cool. Well, let us know who you think's gonna win Drag Race. I think this season is just ultimately, I don't know who's gonna go home next. I don't know who's gonna top next. I don't know who's gonna be in the middle. Like it kind of is all over the place. I always have to shout out Discord though, because I just think the amount of people at the Queerties doing the Discord walk, and she is like a
iconic
gay
walk.
Do you know the Discord walk?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe it got to you.
Wait.
It's so bad. It's good.
Oh, yes. I do know.
It's like basically people
it's like you're entering the Matrix, but you don't fully enter.
Right. Yeah. I remember because I haven't gotten this far into the season. I haven't really watched a lot of the main Drag Race. Honestly, the last season of Drag Race that I watched was the last season of Drag Race Canada.
Oh, nice. Very good season.
Very good season. A couple of my friends are on it. And I do recall watching like the first 1 or 2 episodes and then like them commenting on this walk about how it looks like she's never set foot on a runway before or something.
Yes. And it's been the moment of the season, but also just every kind of gay creator celeb is doing the walk like on runways. So I'm very proud of Discord for like being like having a cultural.
What is it? Something delusion, delusional confidence. I think that's one of her quotes or something similar to that.
Oh, is it? Okay.
She's like, I have delusional confidence.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
It's cool because if you lean into it, regardless if you change up or not, that's a brand.
Yeah, no, she doesn't give a fuck, which I think is so cool. I definitely, she's been a delight to watch. Okay, we are gonna move into the games. GAYMES section of the podcast. We're going to start off with playing a little Stuck in the Cottage. You're going to let me know which celeb you would rather be stuck in the cottage with. I will ask each of you one at a time. We're going to start with Lobo. We're going to do the classic duo of the stars of Heated Rivalry. Is it Hudson Williams or Connor Story? Who would you rather be stuck in the cottage with?
I don't know. Partly because I haven't actually seen Heated Rivalry yet.
Gay gasp.
I know.
You haven't?
I know.
Okay.
No, and it's not because I don't want to. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Have you seen it, by the way? Of
course, yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
because I will throw the cue card out.
It's like, I'll just leave now.
Yeah. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I have so many other things that I'm watching.
Fair. Do you know what they look like?
Yeah, I can see them in my head.
Okay.
I just don't know their names. Who's the blonde one?
Connor Story.
Then Connor.
Okay.
Just because I think the accent's sexy.
Fair. Okay. Hudson Williams, Connor Story.
Connor Story. Canonically, he's got 9 inches. That's fun.
He has 9.
It says in the text messages or whatever. Watch it again. You're asking me if I watched it.
I mean, wait. I'm not a super fan. First of all.
Oh, I'm a super fan now.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Also, the Russian accent really does it for me.
There you go.
We're going to the cottage. So hot.
Okay.
Привет, как дела? I can say nasty things in Russian, but I won't.
Oh.
You want me to?
I can't say
Я
shit.
хочу твой белый писка.
Where did you learn this?
I mean, not specifically Beli Pisca. I don't know any other words than colors. So, anyway, we're moving on.
Okay.
But where did I learn it? I worked in a clothing store. I was a manager, and I had this like really bookwormish Russian girl, and she had this like boyfriend. She'd always say the nastiest shit, and I didn't think it was nasty shit because she was like so kind of like button-up shirt, high ponytail.
It's
no
always
makeup.
them.
It's always
them.
She was wild as hell. So she taught me how to say fun things like "Ja хочу," I want, "Tu veux," your Chilean, like cock, or pisca, which is penis.
And she was saying this to her boyfriend.
She was saying that.
Okay.
What she said, it doesn't matter. But she said that, and then she taught me how to say the ones that would maybe more apply for me.
Got it. Oh, very
Incredible.
nice. Very nice.
What an equal opportunist.
Right? So I learned so many things.
Okay, moving on. Connor Story versus Francois Arnaud. I never know how to say his name.
Which
so
character
he's
does he play?
also he's also in Heat of Revelry. He is the more muscly one of the other couple.
Oh, yeah. He's the one who brought his partner on stage. No,
Smoothie Boy.
Smoothie Boy. Oh, Smoothie Boy's cute.
Smoothie Boy. Smoothie Boy or Connor Story?
Connor Story. I'm the nice person. I'd rather somebody with a bit of attitude that I can kind of beat some niceness into.
Oh, got it.
Not physically.
Disclaimer.
You're gonna be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
You're gonna be a nice person.
Yeah.
Do you know Smoothie Boy?
I don't know Smoothie Boy.
Okay,
but the way
well-
you described him made me
It sounds
very
fun, right?
interested.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Smoothie Boy for you.
I think he's the
Okay.
kind of man who takes care of his man.
All right, I
so-
wouldn't mind being taken care
So
of.
you're taking Francois and you're taking Connor Story.
And I think
Okay.
he throws it back.
Yeah.
Like he looks eager in a good
into
way.
it. Let's do it.
I mean, they all look lovely. Okay, we're gonna do Oscar winner Michael B. Jordan versus
Ooh.
Bad Bunny.
Okay, now we're into people I know.
There we go. So you go first.
Okay, I think.
Remember, stuck in a cottage. What you do in the cottage is up to you and them and consent and other things. But
Fuck. I mean, it's tough because like I think with Michael, they're both very attractive. I think with Michael, I would love to just kind of like relax and like talk about movies and like talk about that kind of thing.
okay,
Bad Bunny, I think.
very PG-13.
Well, we're obviously fucking.
Okay,
But
I
it's
mean-
but it's more just like what else are we doing?
Got it,
Because if
fair.
we're gonna be there for a while,
true.
Yeah, there's like a cool down time.
Yeah,
between
there's got to be a
sessions,
cool
right?
down. You
You're
got to
right.
take a break.
But he doesn't apparate after coming.
Apologies.
And then I think
apologies,
with
yes.
like with Bad Bunny, I feel like he would, because he and I would be able to chat like both in English and Spanish.
Oh.
I think he would also probably bring food, like good
Okay.
food, and then like good music. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Bad Bunny.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan, Bad Bunny.
I really, really like Sinners, and he played two different people. That's kind of cool.
He won the
also-
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
He
yes,
won the
yes,
Oscar for
amazing.
Best Actor.
Won the Oscar.
Well
Congrats,
deserved,
Michael B.
well
Jordan.
deserved.
Congrats.
I think I choose him. Also, I loved him in a few different comic book movies like Black Panther. Oh, he's a
Yes.
huge anime fan. Sorry, I have to choose Michael B. Jordan. He's a huge anime fan.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I might go back to Michael B. then because I'm
Whoa,
just.
whoa, whoa! Sorry, he's in my cottage.
No, I'm just really getting into the One Piece anime, and I feel like it'd be nice to actually sit with somebody who knows it and then like to watch it with.
Who
'cause
knows
I'm-
it.
Yeah.
Okay. These were very detailed, fascinating answers. So it looks like okay. Well, then the last one then is for both of you. Is it Michael B. Jordan or is it Connor Story?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, Connor is gonna take.
Sorry,
a little break
Connor.
on
I've
that
just
one.
seen more of Michael B. Jordan, so I can kind of like more think about the vibe I would get into.
Yes, Connor is still. We're still learning.
I'm still seeing like one like really good character.
We're learning. Yes, we're learning who he is. who
Down
he
to see
is
much
as a
more of your work,
person.
Connor.
Okay, we have a last game of the day. This or that. Which is the worst red flag? Let's say when you are dating. When you're dating, I know we're not necessarily on the market right now,
Sure.
but we can do the fantasy. Okay, Lobo. He or she always cancels last minute or won't introduce you to their friends.
Which is a bigger red flag.
Bigger red flag.
That's hard. That's actually hard because they're both bad.
Both are bad. We only got bad flags here.
I probably the canceling, because you can't be canceling every time we try and plan something.
Yeah,
Like you can't. You just can't.
it's not going to work.
Because like, what if one of the things that you're canceling is that you're trying to introduce me to your
I
friends?
was literally about to say no, 100%. Like
Combined.
You know, our time is like really, really valuable because like I think when people ask, "Hey, have you done this? Have you been watching this?" and I'm like, "Well, there's 100 other things I should be doing. I should be editing a video. I should be paying attention
Oh my
to
god!
this." You know,
I'm really bad with sitting down on my computer and actually editing my shit.
Fair.
yeah. In terms of like, I like to be present and like
Yeah.
really be there. So yeah, I want you to be there. So I should be the messier person in the two.
Okay. Has been blocked by all of their exes or never posts about you on their social media.
let's assume they have a reason to not post me, like at least initially for some sort of weird professionalism, which I get. It's not like an ego thing. I get what I do.
Yeah,
And I'm not angry at that.
Okay, fair,
so I'll be a
fair.
lot more understanding to not posting me. What was the first option?
Blocked by his exes.
Blocked by all of his
I
exes.
mean, that's pretty messy. I'm pretty sure I'm dealing with the problem if that's the case. But
Yeah.
you
You don't necessarily have to be friends with your exes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to block them,
But
what's
to
going
be
on there?
blocked by every single one of them,
It might probably mean something.
What are you choosing?
So you're choosing that one.
Yeah.
I think I would go with that too, actually. Yeah.
Blocked by all your exes. Okay. And then the grand finale has been blocked by all of their exes or always cancels last minute.
Always cancels last minute's the worst one for me.
Time is money. Time is important.
Yeah. I think that
Like,
because
how do I even get to know what the fuss is about why all your exes are getting rid of you?
how do I get to know you if you're canceling every time we try and like you can't just be talking on text the entire time.
Yeah. No, fair. Well,
There'll
there
be
we
some
go.
really good news being sent. Oh.
The worst red flag of our spicy creators, always canceling last minute. Don't do it. Okay, where can we follow you both on social media? Lobo.
On Instagram, I am _LoboBear_ on Twitter and Blue Sky, or X, whatever you want to fucking call it, is Daddy Lobo Van XXX. I think that's it. I think that's all I have.
I'm always
Sometimes
so
I forget.
You can get all my links at Bolton City Gym Leader. That's my Instagram. BOLTON City Gym Leader. It's a Pokemon reference. It's really highbrow for you anime nerds there.
Incredible.
Get it? Because I defend the Bolton City Gym. No. But
I get it.
Yeah, and let's see here. My Deviant Diego, Deviant_Diego is my Twitter. Yeah. But you can catch all my links on at Bolton City Gym Leader for
Actually,
Instagram.
you can get all of my links, like socials and my content sites, on trustyfans.com/ it's a single homepage for all of my stuff. So that's actually probably the better one.
Got it.
Is TrustyFan. If you go to trustyfans.com and search Daddy Lobo Van, you'll find me there.
So many links, so much to look at. Thank you both so much for joining. We are now on the Sonar Network, which means you can support us by listening, following, and subscribing wherever you listen to your podcast. Episodes come out every other Thirsty Thursday. Until next time, I'm your host, Frankie Chenna. Stay thirsty.